In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that is ready to make another big move very soon, and why you should keep it in your watch list. We're also going to look at the overall markets to get you guys ready as always. Alright, y'all, let's dive into the charts. Right off the bat, we got the Nasdaq futures, and so far so good. So far so good. The bulls are still in control, as I've mentioned yesterday. It's important to not fight the trend, especially with the SPY and the Nasdaq. We had a little bit of a jump, which again ended up being absolutely nothing to the ETFs, but there was a bullish move, all right, which is, I would say it's fair. I would say it's fair. Now that we cleared 20K on the Nasdaq, now that we cleared 20K, I think another big candle to 20.5 wouldn't be too much to ask. Watch the Nasdaq for another move higher. I say that because there's a sector that I believe is gonna make another big move up. It's in the tech industry. It's a tech stock, obviously, but I believe that sector has to make one more big move up before we see some type of turbulence. All right, but as of right now, the trend is bearish. Don't fight it. If you don't want to swing, that's cool. All right, if you and if you like to just day trade, that's also fine. Like, you look for intraday structures. Today there was definitely one. I'm gonna share with you guys the one intraday structure for the day. If you didn't catch it, it's unfortunate, but it's right here on the Nasdaq itself. This was QQQ. This is what happened. That massive move that y'all saw today was from the breakout of the bullish pennant intraday. I thought it was going to go to 482 and then just chill there until the close, but instead this thing went way up. Like, it went all the way up to $485. The move went up like this. It went beyond. Just keep going and going and going. All right, so congrats if you made some money on that today. Like I said, tomorrow I think it's gonna creep up just a little bit higher. Now, the stock that I believe is going to make a massive move tomorrow, that stock is none other than Starbucks. All right, now I want to share Starbucks with y'all because first and foremost, it's picking up again. Let me clean up the chart. I shared this a while ago to watch it for a bullish move. There's a gap on the left hand side all the way up to $87 from this last earnings. It's been trying slowly to get up there. I have an alert at 83, and I think that's going to ring sooner rather than later. So what I want you to do is actually move that alert down to the high of today, right at $82. All right, and when that rings, the odds of us pushing higher to 85 bucks would be phenomenal. The reason why I say that it's ready for a big move today, starting today, I mean, is because of the 4-hour chart. When we look at the 4-hour, the line of the line of support stretches from here. It's bouncing off of it. It just bounced off of it on Friday, and then on Monday it really pushed off with buyers stepping in. Tomorrow, if we play games, we might see a doji, but I definitely expect a continuation like that. A move similar to this, I expect it to happen like this. All right, all the way up to $86 by this Friday. The weekly chart is also not looking too bad. It's slowly recovering. It's making its way up there. And I'm sure a lot of the short sellers who are located in this candle from last week, I'm sure they're panicking. And if that 82 alert rings, that's where their stop loss is, right? At least that's one of their stop loss. Keep in mind, there's also some short sellers located right here, right? So when these levels get cleared out, the move up to $87 will be imminent, either by the end of this week or by the middle of next week. All right, so definitely keep this one on your watch list. Now let's do an updates. Yesterday I mentioned 2 stocks. All right, I was right about one. I was definitely right about one, and then the other one, the one for the bears, was it really depends on the timing. Obviously for you guys it was in a way favorable, because as soon as I released the video, after showing y'all the bearish pennant that broke down at the close. This thing actually opened up higher. All right, but the stock was actually generous enough to anybody who shorted here at 141 to take a smaller loss at the bottom over here, right? And like I said, this thing with timing with you guys, there was an opportunity for a shorting opportunity out the gates in the first hour right here. All right, I'm gonna share with you guys the trade that I took. This is the Discord. Yeah, so I took NWE, and the reason why I took NWE was because of this. Like throughout the whole day, there was an ascending triangle. It looked really nice, and then it closed really strong at the close. The price target that I had for it at the time on Friday was 76.25. It didn't get there, but I like how it pushed up really good, and it actually closed at 75.50. That's when I got my calls, literally 2 minutes before the market closed. Y'all know my style. When I swing trade, I like to take my swing trades in the last 5 minutes of trading hours. All right, it just keeps things very, very simple. And then today this thing actually jumped. Let's look at Netty. Let's look at the 1 minute and let's check out Netty. All right, let me clean up the charts. So this is the ascending triangle from yesterday right here. All right, and then my entry right here in the last 2 minutes when the stock closed really, really strong near that day's high. And then as soon as they popped up, like the stock went up by almost 2%. Yeah, it went up by almost 2%. It got above 77. And after the first 2 minutes of market hours at 8:32, I immediately sold all of my calls on Netty right there before the drop. All right, now is it still good for a long? I think so. I definitely think so. Not only that it survived the little pullback, but it also consolidated and just grinded all the way up to the highs of the day. It's looking quite spectacular, and I think that it has more upside. And also the gap on the left is very, very telling, along with the increase in volume, which I also like. So this one is also definitely something to keep on your radar. All right, now the next stock that we're going to do an update on is NUE. Surprisingly, this was the only steel company that did really, really well. Congrats to anybody who made money on it. There was an ascending triangle, a very small one, a minuscule one intraday that broke out right here. All right, and the contracts went up by 150%. So shout out to anybody who made money on this one. Like I said, it's the only one that actually did well. Like if you look at CLF, I guess you can say CLF also did well. But looking at the daily chart, it kind of went nowhere, right? It's just a doji. And also here's another one. X also did. Maybe I was wrong. Most of them did well. And congrats to anybody who made money on any of them. Now the last one is GLD that we gotta look at. And GLD, I shared it about 2 weeks ago. I told y'all to watch it for a drop, but this commodity is playing games. It's not dropping immediately. All right, you gotta have to time your entries very, very carefully. Set an alert right here. Obviously, I have 2 alerts, one at the top and one at the bottom. One of them is gonna ring. As long as it's trading in between these 2 lines or in between these 2 alerts, both sides are losing. All right, you don't want to get involved during consolidation. So I suggest you just stay patient and just wait. it's gonna make up its mind eventually. And then when it does, I'm probably gonna make another video about it, right? So that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Also, don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Goodman at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.